Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit annoying. Um, I'm definitely getting throttled. It feels, or it just feels like it. Um, it was really annoying. Yeah. And the thing is, like, this happened the same time also as like around yesterday. So, um, so here's the thing, right? So take a look. Let's take a look at here. When did I? So around 6:30 p.m., 6:50 p.m., right? I was complaining about ISP, right? On 11:30. That's Sunday, right? Um, we had the same, and I also kind of started doing that 6:50 p.m. today. So this was 2 days ago. I was complaining about the internet problem, and then it was also today. The thing is, like, yesterday, which is December 1, we started at 10:15 p.m. Now here's the thing, right? At 10:15 p.m., we actually were having issues. So it wasn't consistent. But like, the thing is, like, if we look here, take a look at this one, right? This is the start of the 10:15 p.m. because the reason why we started late was because Crider messaged me. It's like, hey, are you gonna check out the CN dorm? This is the last day. So it's like, okay, let's go live and see how I was having like internet issues here at around 10:15 p.m. But then the thing is, like, I think I kept trying, and then eventually we probably likely around 10:30, 10:40. And the reason why it should be around 10:30, 10:40 is because I think I was played. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have the timestamp, that's why. Right. But we got in, right? Like, or we eventually got in. But the thing is, like, yeah, it was after a few attempts still. So like at around, I feel like still from like 6 7 p.m. up until like 10:20 p.m. or 10:30, because like right now, as of this time, it's right 10:30 right now, around this time. It started yesterday's stream around 10:32 p.m. So So basically, after 10:30 is what it seems like. 10:30 p.m. Pacific time is when I don't get throttled. It's really annoying. Well, I don't think a technician going over tomorrow is gonna do anything, but the best thing I could think of is like complain to him that, like, hey, why is this like why is this being an issue, right? I guess that's the best thing. And I guess, like, to be fair, the another thing that I have issue with right now with my internet is that I'm not getting the full like speed. I guess I believe I'm supposed to have I don't remember. I think 1 gig download and 20 or 40 gig upload, I think, at least, or 40 megabytes upload. So yeah, it's pretty shitty. So it's like, so, and I looked into it, I'm only getting like 700 800 download and 20 upload. So yeah, yeah, so that's why I couldn't go in earlier today. It's pretty annoying. Or rather, I tried to go earlier today. You can see the number of attempts we have been doing. Just trying to get this just to log in today. It's like, and there's more attempts in this one. Actually, I've clicked this more times. Actually, this live button more times. It's again, it's not down. Like, I'm being throttled. Cause like there's internet, I can read, I can watch YouTube, I can play games, but like when I stream, it starts having internet problems. And I was talking to Altris, and he was checking my network, and he was saying how he was seeing an ups, like a constant, and then it drops down. There's like an immediate drop down, which leads to him to believe that it's being throttled. Like, he looked at the network connection that I was having already. Like, the fact that it initially goes high then tanks leads me to believe you're being throttled, but it could be induced by packet loss if you're suddenly stuck waiting on packet retransmission. Whatever it is. Yeah, the upload bandwidth is being throttled, which doesn't make any sense still. Cause like it was 20 gigs. Yeah, that's true. Okay, you know what? It's right. They are throttling me because there were times when I was getting at 20 gigs on speed testing, but then sometimes it was dropping down to 1 gig. Or not, sorry, 20 megabytes, and then it drops down to 1 megabyte. Like when I was doing that speed test. The bitches, man. Oh, I'm pissed off. Super pissed off. My provider is Spectrum. It's really annoying because we're already paying the highest amount. The issue is they have a freaking monopoly at like internet, because like, you know, you can't have like a stupid American issues. Like you can't just like randomly install like they don't just allow everything to go through. So you have like no fucking option. Dude, and like I've been waiting for Google to have like fiber on it, but they're taking their sweet ass time. I don't even know what they're doing. It's either that or they just can't, like, I don't know what's the problem. Oh, it was pissing me off. Oh. We have a couple ISPs. Yeah, the thing is like with the ISP, it's so easy because you can like, if you have a couple, you can like literally just threaten them, and they're like, "Oh, here's a deal." I'm like, "Bitch, what deal?" The only thing I could think of also is like they're like when we're doing speed tests, like they're yeah they're fixing it when it's going through speed test, but then if it's going through Twitch, I guess they're throttling it. I think there was another suggestion of like possibly going VPN instead, but I don't know how much would that heavily affect if I go through VPN while streaming. It's probably, I mean, I guess it probably doesn't matter as much, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much of that is gonna be a huge issue. Rather than being throttled in connection, yeah. VPN might make it worse. Well, the thing about streaming is like, yes, there's gonna be delay, but if the input is consistent, it's probably gonna be fine. So like, basically there, I mean, how much of it is a big deal if it's like, if there's like 5 seconds delay from a stream? I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like in terms of streaming, because like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm just responding to your thing slower. Yeah, it's more about stability than anything. That's a lot more important. Oh shit. Level oh shit, boys. Oh no. And I need Google to freaking got one secret stream. Did you check the okay, if you guys, whoever is in like Twitch, if you guys care about your watch streak, you better have the Twitch ping. I literally explained these things. So if you're the one that cares about watch streaks, we're using, check this shit out. Because yeah, there was a 13-minute one, because like, so a qualifying stream is apparently it has to be like a 10-minute, it has to be any stream that went over 10 minutes. So and there's one that went over 10 minutes. And so I need to be more aware about it. So the 5 minutes, 2 minutes are kind of like whatever probably, but the 10 minutes one, you have to go and watch that. If you care about the watch streak, you gotta go through and check that out. Most watched streamer. Oh yeah, Chad. Did you say the holy, the Twitch recaps? The Twitch recaps. Oh my. I don't think the new followers is that very accurate, especially when we got hit by that bot. It's a little bit of mix, because like we definitely got a good amount of people on Uma, but at the same time like we got hit by, we got targeted by some bots. But everything else should be fine and accurate, like chats received, watch hours. We had 267 clips. We didn't have that much on how much clips, huh? Total streams 355. So I looked into it. It was actually, we were live by 345 distinct days. But the thing is, like, sometimes it's like early in the morning and then late at night. So that's kind of, so like sometimes, like, say on like I miss like the Saturday stream because I didn't start the stream on Saturday, but then I stream on Sunday morning and then stream at Sunday night. So there were some days that were like that. But yeah, it's effective. It's basically effectively like 10 days off, yeah. But in terms of distinct days, I believe it said 300. It was like 345. It's a streamer. Yeah, 345 distinct days. Which still 20 days that we did not stream. That's it. That's even less days than the weekend. Because how many weekends are there? There's 100. There's 100. Wait, how many weekends are there? 52 weeks. So 104 weekends. So you're telling me I basically wasn't taking a day off. It's such a even if you put in, even if you say 1 day for each week, and no, it's not even that. There were many weeks where we had 7 days basically, because even if you try to take 1 day off every week, it's still 300. It still would have been like a 300-ish. Holy. So I don't know why Stella's the fact that Stella Sora was up there, and the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure I didn't have lots of hours in it. It basically means yeah, we only have 32 hours of Stella Sora. Okay, to be fair, that's 32 hours. That's a lot of hours. The fact that it did get 32 hours though on stream, And that being the fifth one means that I basically didn't have variety this year. If anything, we were basically camping the Nikki category and Uma category. Because like for sure GFL was like, okay, how long was GFL? 178 hours. I'm pretty sure we were mostly, yeah, it was mostly during the early year. Variety stream is a myth? No, it doesn't have to be a myth, because like variety stream, okay, realistically, are you gonna get 32 hours on like a new game? It depends how much of that is on the game, right? So like we could be playing another other game, but then it's like, you know, it's like 2 hours, 3 hours only. Top categories. You were one of the biggest Stella Star streamers in the year? This year? No, I'm pretty sure these were the categories that I streamed more. That doesn't mean that I'm the top streamer for it. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, because like, okay, Blue Protocol, how long did we stream this? Yeah, 44 hours, which makes sense. See, 44 hours on Blue Protocol and Celestar 32, and Blue Protocol was number 4, which that would explain it. Top channel emotes. The High and Pog and Gumblebee and Gamba and then IAL. Alright, the biggest stream viewers, let's see. Alright, Mr. Bra, Labs, Nori, Altras, Mika, Kryder, Fencer, JD, and Kai. We did have 2 calls. I basically don't call. Okay, he was the only one I call him with. He's the only one I call. Mr. Fire is the only one to call him with. The Naita, and we had one more before that. I can't remember which one. Was it the summer one? Raids, Mr. Zetan, Mr. Dark, Yesenia, and we raided Yesenia, Sharimu, and Jinx mostly. They're the ones that are live still. when we end the stream, they're the ones that are still live. I mean, I don't raid as much. Other streamers probably have like more raids. The thing is, like, whenever I end my stream, almost everybody's done streaming. Yeah, and top viewed clip. One plus 2. Dang. Plus 2 plus 1, 6. Dang. Plus 2 plus 1,
9? Huh?
9 Rockas?
Huh? Big payday. What the?
Yeah, that was like the last few times. Points spent in your channel. 119 million. Yep, that's it. There it is. Is your internet fixed now? So we really think it's just being throttled. Cause like yeah, after like 10:30 it starts like being fine. Yeah, ISP. Yoink. Oh shit, I forgot about giving. There was someone that redeemed the VIP, but he never got it. So I'll just refund it back. But I guess a 0. Oh, I can refund it. The thing is, like, when you guys redeem it, it's like, if I'm doing something, well, then just gotta do it. Is winter Brid looking good? Oh yeah, it's time, boys. It's time. Yeah, I was gonna review this earlier, but and do it on stream, live on stream, but internet ISP has been being really bad. And like it feels like they have been throttling me during on peak hours. So right now I'm streaming at like 10:30 p.m. and that's when the internet became consistent again. So like it has to be being throttled. Like I don't know what else is there. But yeah. So anyways, winter Brid. Let's see. So live react is like I was gonna do it earlier, but yeah, I did look a little bit at the skill kits. So let's see, I think the biggest TLDR on this is like the damage taken. So she's a shotgun, fire, and burst too. On top of that, it's a 20-second, and she does have a really high amount of attack buff again and again. It's another attack buff, which I mean, it's very interesting because like now you have to rely on attack damage instead on I guess, which is actually fine. It's actually really good because like she does have damage taken increase. This is 15% only for win code enemies, and then there's another 12%, so this is like 27%. And this is like only for win code enemies, which also, by the way, this also can work if she's off burst, so she doesn't have to burst herself. But then another thing that I'm thinking of is this is actually a good amount of attack buff if there is somehow like a other units that have other good self like attack damage buff themselves, but then they don't have a lot of attack buff. Can you guys name me some characters that have those? There are some, right? Like that has really high attack buff multiplier but don't have that. But then the thing is, like, she does have this damage taken, which affects all win code enemies, which I actually think can work not only as just for specifically shotgun, although likely we will put her in the shotgun team, to be fair. We are likely gonna put her in the shotgun team, but this damage taken is gonna be there because if we actually look into the shotgun team, right, we were using Leona, and Leona is providing like that crit buff and hit rate buff. But if you never really need that hit rate buff, she's mainly benefiting Dorothy. But then even then, like, let's say even with Dorothy, right, it's not as necessary still that she does have like attack damage buff, and she has high attack, ridiculously high attack, to be fair. So if we have Doro right here, so take a look at this. Yeah, she has like high attack buff. She does have some attack damage, but it's mainly when she is having that bonus. And she does have, let's see here, she does have pierce damage bonus, which yeah, so that pierce damage bonus is basically whenever she is piercing, and that piercing happens whenever she's doing this. So she, during her laser pierce, she gets like a lot of attack damage slash pierce damage. So that way, that means that the damage taken is actually beneficial on Summer Doro. But this attack buff isn't as much because you have Dove and Drake that gives like so much attack already that this one doesn't matter as much. But I mean, it's still significant and could potentially be used on other teams depending on how much like they don't have like damage taken increase, and how much those other units have like a personal like attack damage buff or pierce damage buff or whatever, like a true damage, I think true damage, yeah, whatever those like multipliers in that same bracket is. The attack damage, pierce damage, I believe sustained damage also should be in those like same category multiplier that are going to be additive to each other, as long as, you know, the property, the attack type property matches. Except that self, that's fine. I think though that she does a good amount of damage herself, and keep in mind this is also with Dove. Like 5 normal attacks, she has like 675% final attack damage for one enemy, and same with this one also. It is kind of like similar to almost like who was it, Summer Helm, except without like the cooldown reduction. This would have been crazy if it also had cooldown reduction actually. But another thing that I'm thinking is we could use her also as off burst, basically on fire advantage, which win code enemies, so fire advantage. We could end up using her as an off burst also. And just to give that idea, right, I believe, yeah, I used like Ludmilla here, so I didn't use and I'll talk about this another thing, but so I didn't have the absolute team, so I didn't use the absolute team. So in fire advantage, you could end up like using her as an off burst. We used Ludmilla here, but then I guess like if you did invest in her, you could technically should be able to use her as well right? And she should be better than Ludmilla because you can give her DPS like overloads as well, right? So basically you could make her just like that supporting units that you don't need, but with the damage taken increase. So you could do that, or you can just use this cooldown, or make her as the main B2. That could be another option. If we look at the current fire team main set right now, right, like take a look at the shotgun team for the number one team that used it. It used Leona, and then Dorothy and Drake. And the thing is, like, there's Bunny Soda here, but likely we're gonna be end up using Soline instead of Bunny Soda just for the cooldown, and then use that Brid. Now the question is, will we have enough energy gain? And that is something that we'll have to just figure out. I guess, and also it depends on the boss technically. Like for example, the energy gain on this team, if you have Soline and likely Brid, is gonna be difficult in shooting range, but like in a boss where the boss is like huge, all the shotgun pellets like hit, it should like end up being pretty decent. So Soline and Brid likely will be used in this upcoming fire raid together in the shotgun team. There is a fairly high possibility on that, which makes me kind of wanna I might end up like pulling a couple more copies of Celine, just likely. Mainly for me, the reason is just because my level cap. I'm gonna reach the level cap soon, so well, not soon, probably like in like half a year. And to increase the level caps, you need duplicates, limit breaks duplicates. I'm like 841 to 989, so I'm getting close there, and I am getting there at a higher pace than like my level cap, so I might increase that. That's the main reason why I wanted the duplicates as a Celine though. So let's take a look. So that's kind of like Brid likely gonna be in the shotgun fire team, and there are potential possibilities of just like being that off burst for the damage taken increase. And see, if you look here also, like maybe later down the road, replacing Modernia, right? Because you have Grave, Alice, and Ray here, but then Modernia is, unless like Modernia has something to provide other than damage, we might see even replacing this Modernia out and just having Brid as like a damage taken increase. 27% damage taken increase on a team that doesn't have any damage taken increase is actually pretty huge, considering that damage taken increase is a separate multiplier from peers, from attack damage and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just saying that is likely a possibility that could happen. So even if just for the damage taken increase, and this is a limited unit, for anyone that wants to take seriously on the fire advantage elements, you might want to use that. Otherwise, you could probably just opt into the neutrals. Like Winter Ludmilla technically is the more neutral damage taken increase, right? And it's roughly around similar amount on that. So I'm just saying that this damage taken can be used in other situation or other team composition, not just the shotgun team, although likely gonna be used in the shotgun team for fire advantage though. But maybe if shotgun team gets like another like more OP B2, which it could still come in handy, because this is just for win code, so later down the road we don't know, who knows. But anyways, this is just one example. But yeah, so that's the Brid shotgun fire on my thoughts. She does seem to have like pretty decent damage. There's like additional damage, and just by think about it, like Soline was doing pretty decent damage, and but then she doesn't have any damaging skill, right? So now what would happen if we put in like Brid also? I mean, she will have the damage taken increase, but then and then technically she will buff everybody else with the attack up. But yeah, I mean, one of the worst part is like she doesn't have like any attack damage. But I think a lot of the units, especially for the shotguns, they have like attack damage on their own, or a little bit of attack damage on others source. Like even Drake has some attack damage when she's bursting, right? If we look at Drake here, where's Drake? Drake. Oh, right here. So even Drake has like some attack damage, right, whenever she's bursting. Not so much. So it's kind of the same boat as like as Doro. The attack damage is not consistent, but that does mean that like the damage taken can do a little bit more work. So yeah, that's how I see Brid. Now looking at Diesel, so where would she be fit in, right? Because you are seeing here critical damage, and then there's like a little bit of sustained damage buff, you know, depending on like the intro or highlight, however much it is. And then so there's the intro status, and then there's the highlight status, and then there's this one. So I'll just read this out. Activates when an ally or self destroys an enemy part, affects all allies, gains immunity to noise pollution, can easily stack up to 3 times. And then when an ally gets this one requires like enemy parts destruction, affects self, gets sustained damage, damage, 68%. And then this one is attacking full charge when not in full burst, affects self, it increases sustained damage by 3 seconds. That is a lot. That is a lot. 318% sustained damage for 3 seconds when you're not in full burst. So you have to, like, if you can time it where she's charging before full burst and gets it in before full burst. This is 2 stacks also, so it's actually like 600. That is a lot of while not in full burst. The not in full burst might be a mistranslation. No, let's see. Let me double check real quick. Cause like right here. So yeah, she's increasing it while she's hitting, right? Not full burst. But then the thing is like, okay, right here we're in full burst status. So let's see. 1, 2, someone. That's 2. Is she gonna drop her stacks? She's dropping her stacks. Oh, that's full burst, and she did increase her stacks. So it. Wait a minute. So I don't know then. Does she get this? So she still got the stacks, and that's still during full burst right here. The skill has been updated. Oh. Shipped up. Can you guys? That's so annoying. Let me double check. No, it's still while not in full burst. Under it. There's an update. Oh, it's just full charge. Okay. Where did they get the not in full burst? Anyways, let's move on. Yeah. Okay, I was like reading the wrong thing this whole time, I guess. Oh my god. Anyways, Anyways, so she has full burst and their full burst. Sustained damage increase. That this is a lot of sustained damage increase. That is a lot of sustained damage. When it takes full burst, it affects the stage target. That is 63%. This is a bit too much high multiplier, but that also means that damage taken and critical damage should be pretty good, and attack buffs should be pretty good. And another thing is, would she work? So here's the thing. She doesn't necessarily have to be the one shooting, and this is actually good for some. You could even do, because like with, all right, so this is the team with Miranda, right? This one, so it's either you're using Maxwell to buff Mihara, or you're using like Helm to, you know, for healing, and then you're using Summer Rosanna. And with this setup, it actually still could work. And there's a critical damage here, so you could give her critical rate. She doesn't technically need to be the one that gets the receiving. And the thing is, like, the fact that she has to do a full charge every 3 seconds even will mean that like the Miranda team comp is not really gonna work well in terms of like if she's the one receiving it, but that should be okay. Mihara could be the one receiving it, and then like she's just benefiting off like Rosanna, and then that way you can also just build her like with crit rate on like the overload. That is a huge amount. This is a huge amount of like sustained damage increase, and this is when attacking with full, just any full charge. That is a huge amount. So it's 600%. So, and then this one is the sustained damage that's gonna happen, the 63%. Another thing is that if she does burst, there is like a bonus, like additional 181, which basically, like if she does burst, yeah, it will be additional. So I think the damage is actually pretty good for, especially for fire, if we're gonna set this up like this. So you don't really need like, you don't really need ammo on these kind of units, because all that's necessary for them is to just hit like full charge, right? Resilience is like more than enough. They don't need you don't really have to worry about like that. I mean, there's higher chance of dropping it, but I think, yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. To the reload time is 2 seconds, but with resilience she will reload like so 30% is, or reduce 30%, so that would be like -6. So that would 0.6, so that would be 1.4, and then a full charge is just 1 second, so she should be able to upkeep that full charge. Affects all allies except self for 1 second if self is in highlight status. Hit rate -100%. That shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's just 1 second. What are you doing? And it's when she's bursting. She's gonna burst herself. That's when she's bursting. That's not really that big of a deal. It's like it's 1 second. And And let's see. If you destroy parts, then it seems like you're gonna lose. You can get the immunity to noise pollution. So if the boss has parts, that shouldn't be also another problem. So whenever she's using her burst skill, she gets like crit damage, and then she becomes like, she goes into intro. Whenever she is entering full burst for the first time without using burst skill, the highlight will happen. Without, if she doesn't, effect persists after. Is, yeah, I don't think it matters as much then. But then that would also mean that she should burst second. So, because like this is entering full burst for the first time. So it's either you start, you're a starter. Oh, she has to be second burst regardless. You have to burst second. She has to burst second. Because like otherwise you're not gonna have the sustained damage. It's like, I mean, you are gonna be constantly on highlight status. Oh wait, hold up, let me think about it. When entering full burst for the first time after using own burst, and then when entering full burst for the first time without using own burst. Wait, no, I think she has to. So I think the question is, can she? Can she have? Is it one or the other, or can she have both? If she can have both, then you would burst first with her, and then you would burst second with her. But I think it's like, but then that would be so much like increase. Yeah, so well, so because okay, the way it's worded, because of how English is, so you can say that. All right, let me tell you something about like stupid English, right? Because like you could, both can mean the same thing. So you can all right, because you can do something like this. Hold on, wait. So it could be entering. So you could be entering full burst for the first time, right? Kind of like that. Or you could be entering full burst for the first time after using burst. Like, so with the way how English is, the conditional is like first time after using burst, or just first time. Like, it's the full burst for the first time after using full burst, or first time. Yeah, I'm just saying both technically applies with how it is. So it really depends. Yeah. I'm just saying it. Both of them does apply with how it is. So you can see what I mean by depending on how it is, right? If the meaning is this one, then we can only have one. If the meaning is this two, then you can have both. I do think that it's more like you can only have one. So likely we're gonna do we're gonna have her burst second. Because like otherwise this second burst part wouldn't make sense. It's like, oh, if self is intro status, if self is in highlight status, right? I think it doesn't make any sense otherwise, like that this is that. But anyways, moving on. Basically, it seems like she would be a pretty decent DPS also, and I think depending on the combination. So here's another thing that I want to point out. It's like, yeah, she has like insane sustained damage, and so having a damage taken increase would actually be helpful. Although this time around she can provide her own damage taken increase. But another thing is she doesn't have any attack buff. So another unit that has a lot of attack buff, just saying. So that's also why I was thinking, like, okay, it doesn't necessarily that it's not necessary that Brid is the one that goes to the shotgun team, or maybe you don't bring Summer Doro. That could be a possibility. I guess later down the road, maybe. So eventually, like later down the road, maybe that might not necessarily be the case. There's a possibility on that. So here for Brid, we can slot her into technically this team. You would replace Cinderella with Brid, or with Diesel. I mean Diesel. Yeah, you would replace Cinderella with Diesel, or if you're not gonna invest in the absolute team, she can be the fire filler for this. Because like for here, I used Yunhwa. Well, one of the main reasons why I did use Yunhwa as the B2 was mainly just because for this particular boss fight, the Ziz fight, because this was Ziz, having that true damage AoE was just super useful. But if I didn't need that super true damage AoE that Yunhwa was also providing, where she destroyed, because she was destroying the balls, right? I probably wouldn't have used Yunhwa, and I probably would have kept using 2B. So yeah. So in this case, like I feel like you don't need you don't need 2B anymore, and I could probably like just use Diesel instead. So that's just to give you a perspective. So there is definitely like a usage on Diesel. The question is how much. So that's up to you how much you want to try hard fire advantage raid, because you're getting, you just need more DPS, right? And Brid, she has the potential to be used as an off burst, even though she doesn't burst herself, just because like there's that damage taken. And like I said, you can probably end up like even use her as an off burst, replace like some of these units here. Depends, right? You're over fire ray. Oh, for fire ray, for her over fire ray. The thing is, like, fire ray does have like some benefits, but that's true. She does give damage taken, which could be more valuable than fire ray. For Union Raid in particular, because like you are, so like let's say if you're doing fire, right, you have probably like Grave, and then you have like Mihara as your off burst, and then you have Rapi Red Hood, right, as your other DPS. I mean, you could also make Rapi as the B1 also, and then have her and and then Fire Ray also, and just have like a full fire team comp. Yeah. So either or, I could see her being used in Fire Raid, yeah. Like in Fire Advantage on Union Raid also, yeah. Yeah, they look fairly pretty good. Yeah, at least like, on just looking at it from above. I didn't like do like actual calculation on how much DPS they're gonna do. But these are pretty huge multipliers that I could see working out. Yeah. And those are possibly where they're gonna be slotted into for fire. Another thing, she doesn't have to be for Diesel. She doesn't have to be in the Cinderella or replacing Cinderella in Absolute or in the Cinderella team. You could end up like putting her also in the Crown team, for example, because she can get the benefit from Mast. Like Mast gives crit rate, which can, and she has like some crit damage buffs herself, right? Well, that's not really that much. 20% is actually not a lot, I guess. Oh, another thing that we didn't really talk about also is no, never mind. I was thinking something else. Never mind. Yeah. Where we gonna use Naita? So if we're gonna replace the OG teams, for a lot of you that didn't invest in the Absolute, because I know a lot of you didn't, she would be in that team, or she could be in that team. It depends if the boss has core also. If the boss has core, then might consider I don't know if we're gonna replace Grave though. A lot of people that didn't invest Naruto or Absolute for sure will, but if you did invest in Absolute, it could end up being in the shotgun team, and then you would use Diesel or Brid as a damage taken off burst. or actually replace Brid with the with Rosanna. You could do that. You could have Brid and you would have because another thing is like they don't have like attack up really. If you look at Brid, she doesn't have a self attack up. Same with Diesel, she doesn't have a self attack up. So it's actually relatively safe to use in the Miranda team with Mihara. So you could end up having the Miranda team with this with Rosanna instead of Rosanna, you could end up like using Brid here or Naruto. Technically Naruto could be here. Naruto could be on the Miranda team or in the shotgun team. Either or, I think could work. Either or could work. And then having in for Diesel. Okay, the funny thing is you can actually slot her in pretty much all the team comps, except maybe the Grave. Maybe you don't want her. Yeah, you probably don't want her in the Grave team. She could fit in the Miranda team. She could fit in the Crown team with Mast. She could fit in the Cinderella team or the Absolute team, and she could fit in. Yeah, I would say those are the main ones: the Crown team, the Miranda team, and the Absolute / Cinderella team for Diesel. Yeah. And Brid can be in the Miranda team, or a damage taken increase on the Grave team, like an off burst, or she could be the B2 in the Shotgun team, or she could also be the damage taken in here, or also the B2 here. Technically, she is a supporter that has high attack buff, so she could be the B2 in the Cindy team also for Brid. So yeah, overall I could see some different flexibilities on the usage for those units. For fire advantage, okay, like we're strictly speaking of fire advantage, and in terms of neutral, I personally kind of have a hard time seeing, mainly just because like neutral just doesn't really work out that well nowadays. We're getting more and more very elemental specific. Yeah, that's what I think on all of those right now. Celine alt necessary, or we can manage to get next solar raid without her? I mean, you can always manage without without Celine. There's substitutes for it, because the main thing that Celine does is she provides like additional damage, being a shotgun type, but the main reason why you're using her is the cooldown reduction. And technically, Celine does provide a little bit of safety for some of you. But the thing is, like, if you need safety on the shotgun team, then you would just opt into Blanc and Noir. Like I think if you end up getting to the point that you need the healing from Celine, I guess it depends how much of the healing you need. If it's just a one-time healing, then yeah, I could see why that would be good. But at the same time, you know, if you really need that healing, you can always opt into the Tianaga or the Blanc and Noir, or even like Rouge and Blanc. Rouge and Blanc, that is another option also, so if you need that healing. So yeah, I don't think that Celine alt is necessary. However, just be aware that if you're gonna copy the top players, they are gonna have that Celine alt. Like some of them are gonna have that Celine alt in their team comp, just because they decided to pull that copy, invest in them and such. You think more than one copy for Diesel? I mean, this is a DPS, so any DPS question, that's just like, do you want to do more DPS? I mean, kind of the same thing for Brid, I guess. Also, the main thing with Brid is like she has that buff scaling, but yeah. So dupes are just always a question of, do you want to spend more resources or do you want to do more damage? And if so, are you prepared to just like make, you know, this is just a very specific situation, likely fire advantage only. For Union Raid, I could see a possible use for diesel. For Union Raid for Brid, maybe not necessarily. Yeah. Now with the new year 1% incoming, oh my god. I think for fire, I think it'll be fine, but I don't know what the 1% is. Like, we're really thinking that the new 1% is gonna be water, so. I know that because the next water or the next overclock is water, or at least that's the last one. You hates water? What do you mean? They have like one of the most bloated amount of like freaking units. Yeah, I'm calling it right now. Anise overspec is shotgun water HP scaling. Quote me on this. That's a shitty kit though. I was just thinking about it. We already have door with it. And the thing is, like, think about how influential Robbie Reddit was. And imagine how much like Anise is if she's a shotgun. I don't think she would necessarily be a shotgun water. Yeah. Or there has to be a water scaling that or HP scaling water, or not necessarily water. I don't know. There has to be some HP scaling, surely, right? Will Neon be the last overspec? Alright, chat. Actually, shift up a striking you. Neon's the next overspec. It's not actually Anise. I haven't done my dailies. Shit. Oh my god. Did we do Gamba yet? I don't know. Oh my god. So when is the when are we gonna have the what's that called? Maintenance? What time? You mean the NA time, please? Six PM. Oh, the start? So it's the usual. How long is the maintenance? 6 PM. How long is the maintenance? We're gonna replace. I don't know if we're gonna replace Grave though. A lot of people that it could. Yeah, that's what I think on all of those. It's only alt necessary, or we can manage to get next solar raid without her. I mean, you can always manage. Do the talk about Celine. So yeah, I diesel. I mean, this is a DPS, so any do I wanna? There's a part about Celine, and then there's a part about dupes and diesel. But then the thing is like, yeah, that's like additional 3 minutes. Seven hours? Full burst, and she did increase her stacks. So it... Wait a minute. So I don't know then. Does she get this? So she still got this. Ah, shipped up. Can you guys? No, it's still while not in full burst. Oh, it's just full charge. Okay. Where did they get the not in full burst? Anyways, let's move on. Yeah. I think the damage is actually pretty good for this, so I mean there's higher chance of dropping it, but I think yeah, I don't think it's that. And let's see. Wait. No, I think she has to. So I think the question. Or. Yeah. And the if Celine, well, what did I talk during the healing you need? If it's just a one-time healing, then yeah, I could see. Any DPS question that's just like resources, or do you want to do more damage? And all right, that's fine. 30, 35. For 2 units discussion, 35 minutes is fine, I guess. That's what I think on all of those. I don't know what else is there. But yeah, so anyways, Winter Brid. Let's see. So live. Uh, um. Fuck. The damage. You have. Where's Drake? Drake. Oh. So even Drake. 600. That is a lot of. Cause like right here. So yeah, she's increasing it while she's hitting, right? The skill. I think with the right team, Diesel might be scary. It's like I could see her in the Crown team also. This Crown provides like a pretty good amount of attack. She already has a lot of like sustained damage, right? And you have who? You have Mast also in that. Dala, Diesel, Mihara, Ada. No. The multiplier is too bad on that. God. Oh shit, it's Harvester. Eh. Dude, I'm still pissed off. I haven't been I haven't been able to play Arc Knights. Oh, God damn it. No, it's like I'm stuck on it because like I'm doing all these things off stream. I don't know how the daily's gonna be. Yeah, so technically there's multiple different dailies. Although the thing is like you set up things that should make it easier for you to do the dailies. There's a slot in and out of the operators. That's mainly just for additional resources, really. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, all of them are just more for bonus resources. Yeah, but the thing is, like, it does make sense. It does get a little bit overwhelming with the amount of dailies. Because you like you said, there's the recycling stuff and there's the resources. Oh no. Oh no. What's with the money? So many? Welcome. Third boss, which one is that? There's. Are you talking about the third weekly or what? Cause the second one was the one that's like teleport, or the one that goes like hiding and stuff, right? Yeah, the triangle dude. The third one was the final stage boss. The final stage of chapter 1, right? Or yeah. I don't think that one was really that difficult though. I think it's more gear check really, if anything. That boss is easy if you have the gears. So it's really just a gear check, yeah. Yeah, you gotta do the gears. That's the thing. No. I think the difficulty of it is the same. Yeah. So I believe that boss had basically the same difficulty as like in beta 1, so I don't think they changed it. Because I remember the main reason why I cleared that in beta 1, it's not that the main reason, it was just because I was lazy to farm the new gears, was because they sent free gears on the mail. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because I didn't have time. 0 plus 0 plus 2. We got 2 rocks today. Yeah, I've been a little bit busy, so I haven't been able to progress through the story right now. I'm still level 30. Mainly because, oh god, it's so annoying. Mainly because like I wanted to grab some clips for the game, so I wanted to do it while streaming. But then like whenever I stream, like I'm always strapped for time, trying to do all the dailies. I joined the club, Nick. Let me give you the Discord role. Zank, what resource are you constantly running out? Like for what do you farm with the stamina? Character EXP? Main character EXP? Okay, alright. That's kind of what I was like. That's kind of what I was experiencing also. So you said 30? No, 20. 22 is the main thing. The character levels for 30. Actually, no, it should be 40 now. But I haven't finished. I haven't pushed through the story. Like I said, it's really just me pushing through the story. I've been using my stamina, but I haven't been pushing the main story. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I finished chapter 1 and chapter 2 already, and like in beta 1. So really for me right now is just grabbing clips and stuff, because I don't think they're gonna change the mechanics from here on out. Beta 2? Really, the blueprint, dodging, I think the elemental, I can't remember if the elemental effects existed already. I know that there were combos. Okay, but I don't think they had the elemental effects. I played, I don't know, elemental. Okay, the elemental is basically Genshin shit, right? So it's, you don't have to worry about that. Where was it? Right here.
The ring is
Fine, I guess you should play. Serial.
according to plan.
Oh! My should.
Wonderful binding.
Yeah. Wait. It's got there somewhere. No, I think the electric exists, or the elements existed, but I can't remember if the elemental reactions existed. I think it did. I'm trying to remember if it did. Trying to hold on. Easy to survive for me. Oh, this is like alpha. Read. All right. Wait. Did they have the Depot bus on beta? Yeah. A lot of the AIC existed, like it's very fleshed out. I don't think they really changed much. The AIC is very fleshed out already. But mess around with the AIC. Didn't spend much stamina. Yeah. It's easy to get lost in that game. Alright, let me... You know, it's so tiny. Yeah, it is. I just checked the map for the most part. Can't you enlarge it? That's what she said. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. UI scale? No. It's a UI scale. The coolest? What? Wait. Oh, the animalculus and stuff? We call it Culus, but what are they actually called? It's fucking... I don't even know. Yeah, they have like a weird name. What's the two new characters' name again? Brid and Diesel. Brid something something. Diesel Winter Sweets. Brid Silent Track.
Yeah. It's uploading. No, climbing is a love and hate relationship. Yeah.
Is Brid and Diesel Damage Chicken Bevo stacked? Oh, I should. Why wouldn't they be? Yeah, I guess some games do that, but for Nikkei, usually the buffs debuff stack. Yeah. Arctis Enfield, it's definitely a game that will be like your main game for like the first 1 to 2 months, 3 months, and then once you kind of get that going, it's gonna be on like an easy daily routine, and then after that it will be you're just gonna wait until like the next like big update, and then that's when you're gonna like spend like lots of time I get on it again. So it's like an on and off kind of thing. Wait until like the next big patch and then go hard, and then yeah. You can't do co-op? Yeah, I don't think I've seen it. I would imagine they would have specific events that would have co-op though, kind of like Genshin events. And the other co-op setup that we're gonna have is because like Arknights actually had co-op, like the OG Arknights, but it's like specific events. So I would think that they would do something similar. Yeah. Co-op with tower defense. I think that would be fun. Keep seeing people having varied views on these on Brid's kit. I mean, what is there to complicate it on? Yeah, I think we're gonna get some dupes. Let's get some Celine dupes. This maybe MLB her. I don't need the core 7 now. I would say Brid's kit is good for attack. Well, Diesel's like Midhara, these others like Diesel, but what about Brid being blocked by Indivilia? The fuck? Who thinks about Indivilia now? Huh? Huh? Bro, anybody that's still theory crafting for anomaly interception now is like, I'm sorry to tell you that that issue has been solved for every single anomaly interception since, like, I would even say since half anniversary this year. So if you're still theory crafting about anomaly interception, I'm sorry to tell you, like, you're like ways. Like, what are you trying to speed run like anomaly interception or what? Cause that shit has been solved for like more than half a year now at this point. Low sync players? Why are you investing on this shit as low sync players? No, don't invest in fucking limiteds for as a low sync player. What the fuck? You have much more better resources to go for if you're a low sync player. Huh? Low sync players already struggling with resources, and them trying to invest on like niche units is just like wasting resources. Like, they're better off spending saving resources for higher value units, or yeah, or just wait until there's another higher value unit. You have to keep pulling the character. Yeah, I think it's the weapon got. It's weird. The weapon gacha was weirded. Was done. It's kind of weird. Like, why do you have to keep pulling to get the duplicates? Actually, yeah, you need duplicates, right, for the weapons? Yeah, you. How many duplicates are there? Wait, actually, wait, do you just need one? No, you don't need duplicates. Oh. Wait. There's no duplicates. Is there? Okay, because like for example here, right? Yeah, this weapon. Okay, so if I have this, right? No, there's no duplicates. Oh, right here. So How many? 5? Wait, no, 6, because you need the main weapon also. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 5. Is it 5? Hold up. No, there's one more. Yeah. Because otherwise it would stop me. Yeah, I thought it was 6. Because that's how Arknights does work. Because like this last line is like it's freaking misleading. Yeah, the last line, that line doesn't count. I remember this shit on Arknights. That is so misleading because like when you equip it, right? When you equip it, it shows us yellow. That is so freaking. It is so stupid, misleading piece of shit. No, I don't like the gacha system on Arknights. I hope it gets backlash from it. They summarize this. Why do we need a fucking post on how the pity works? What the heck? Is there a flowchart here? What am I supposed to look at here? Inherit the next banner. Once every banner. The one. Okay, this is the same shit as Stellasora. The 120 attempts for guarantee. That's Stellasora rates. What the fuck? Wait, this is exactly like Stellasora. $240, you get duplicate token of banner operator. Wait, 60 pulls once per banner will give 10 pulls for the next banner. Oh, what the fuck? So I feel like almost everybody is like required to have a 60. It's not required, but you kind of want like to do 60 pulls. You want to get the discount. Not worth. You think that's gonna stop people? No, because like this one carries over, right? The guaranteed 6-star bit carries over. Yeah, this carries over. The only thing is like this one that doesn't carry over. I guess a 120 is the only one that doesn't carry over. How the hell does this banner work? Oh, it's a rotational banner increase? Okay, and also what stars you get will determine how many Arsenal tickets you get, and then the Arsenal tickets is like your currency. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? What's the worst system? Almost 200. Well, see, that's the thing. People forgive Uma because it was already successful in JP, and JP ate that shit, and then like nobody found it a problem. You have JP to blame. And see, that's the thing. People don't really care about the gacha as long as the game is good. Uma came out in 2017. Nah, Uma came out in 2020 2021. It's after Genshin came out. You can't excuse fucking Uma. Yeah, see, that's the thing. See, if the gameplay is good, it doesn't matter to people how much scummy the gacha is. Whoever has a moral high stand ground on, oh, this gacha better should do this. I'm sorry to tell you, like the thing is like, it doesn't matter what it is. All that matters is if the game, people like the game, or like the story, or the whatever is revolving around the game. Like there's so many freaking people that creams on like the lore of the freaking horses, right? Like they're orgasming on that shit. That's what's going on with Verwin's Meat right now. Game is fun and people are excusing devs for selling $500 gacha skins. Yeah, and the reasoning for that $500 gacha skin is that it's not gameplay. The thing is, like, the general consensus is like, as long as it's not gameplay affecting, people are okay with it. No, as long as the game is good, people are okay with like whatever monetization they have. You remember the faker freaking like, you know, $500 skin? Yeah, nobody bat an eye. Nobody cares about it. People cared that they can't get their favorite characters players skin, but yeah. As long as people are fan of the game or the series, the IP, and the gameplay is good, people having fun with it, it doesn't, like, whatever people complain about the gacha means nothing to the devs. The issue with Stella Sora was like the gameplay didn't really hit like a lot of people. But even then, it's not like there's a lot of people that are like, well, you know, despite the controversy, you know, Stellasaurus is actually not bad. The reason I see that because like you look at the gacha PvP in gacha gaming, the gacha revenue monthly. There's people talking about Stellasaurus. I'm impressed. See, like, look, I'm impressed with Stellasaurus. I thought all the drama surrounding launch would sink the game, but I'm playing it because I like the characters. They're very cute. You see what I'm saying here? Like, whatever the freaking, and that's a lot of like upvotes still. So, regardless of what people complain about gacha, scummy monetizations and shit, people are still gonna play that shit. Those are just good events. You didn't listen to what I said. They like the game or the story or like the things around revolving it. Right? Characters, story, or whatever have you. Basically, the gacha is not the main deciding factor for why people don't actually, or like why the majority would not play it. There's gonna be people that's gonna be their break point, but that's not like, you know, whether a game EOSs or not, that's not the deciding factor. Because like time and time again, we have seen like scummy gacha monetization shit, and they're just doing fine. Argyle Enfield, even if they keep the same current gacha system right now, 100% it will do fine. That's not gonna stop people from just not like, yeah, there's still gonna be playing this shit because the quality is there, the gameplay is there. It's very polished. Honestly, gacha skins on Nikke look pale in comparison. I remember when gacha skins came out on Nikke, everybody else was complaining, "Oh, this doesn't look like a gacha skin. $60." And then Nikki proceeds to make some record-breaking earnings. People complain about, okay, this was different. I was gonna say like people complain about Rouge Gacha skin, but the JP Bros ate that shit up and like it became one of the, it was like one of the higher recent banners. People give up quickly on the $60 complaint. I mean, I just bought it. I didn't. Western players complain about gacha stuff, but also aren't the target market, which is funny because no, their target are Western players. If you get the Western market, it's actually pretty huge. But at the same time, no, the thing is, like, you just have to. Look, the reason why you want to target the Western is they're the bigger money. Well, not bigger money. Like, if you can capture the Western market, it technically would be bigger than Japan and like China combined. Okay, maybe not China. Like, it would be bigger than Japan. But that is if you can. If you can convince them that your game that your game isn't as bad as they think it is. That's a big if, and that's the thing. When it does, because they have historically done it. When it does, it is indeed worth it. Big money. Dude, I freaking love using AI skill. Did you see the weapon store? I mean, I have pulled on the weapon store before, yeah. Why does it look like that? The more confusing it is, the harder it is to determine what the game is really about. What's my first impression about Enfield? Dude, this is like my third, fourth impression already. I've already played I've played the alpha for the beta one, beta 2. I mean, every single iteration when it went from alpha to beta 1 and then from beta 1 to beta 2 has been an improvement, really. It has a lot of shit to do. Like, I would say like this can be your main game for like the first month or two that it releases, and then once you have settled in the first month or two, you're just gonna wait until every update, kind of like other games, really, and then do that update and then wait until the next update, and then it'll be your main game again for like a week or something, and then it's kind of like that kind of loop. I had to stop playing closed beta 1 because there's so much to do. I did not want to do them all. Yeah, basically. I'm not like completing the stuff right now also. There's like no reason for me to do it right now. How do I climb up there? Let's see. There's an item there. There's an electric here. Oh, there's the jump pad. Okay. Yeah, no. I know, no. It's fine. I don't have to do it now. Oh. I'm stuck. Oh, I know that thing. I'm asking, do you like that? I mean, it's making use of it, the mechanics. It's making use of the mechanics of the system. It's ass. Maybe if there's like a better, if they have like a better way to do it later down the road. I can see the reason why they want that. But I think the issue is like it's a one-time thing, right? Because like you would expect when you're building something, like it's something that you constantly go back to, but like The issue here is like, for example, you enable this and it's you have power for like a one-time thing jump, so you can get that item. And again, that item is like a one-time thing. So okay, it's like you okay, I set this thing up, but then like I'm gonna only use it one time, and that's it. I think that's the issue. I think that's my issue about it. Ugh. I wonder if this works. Hold. Dang it, it doesn't. Hey. Dang, my Genshin doesn't do that, man. Uh 120 no carryover for Enfield is bad. Well, they have a 80 pull guarantee. So actually the 120 is so okay, because like they're using it was basically Genshin system because they get you have the 80 and then the 160 for guarantee. So it's either you get 80 or 160, but the 120 is more like bonus. So it's the same thing that like I think people have. Yeah, mm,
I I think the weapon banners are always bullshit. I it It's like the weapons are almost always just fitting that character that's like on release, right? And it's annoying that like it's very normalized in this in this gotcha scene. All right, video is live, boys.
Let's see. So live react is like I was gonna do it earlier. But yeah. I did look a little bit at the skill kits, so let's see. I think the biggest TLDR on this is like the
It's out. Our video's out. There it is, boys. Yeah.
keep playing the preview.
The what? The beta, the beta pool is not enough. You only get enough for one banner. Okay. The pool currency, if you look at Nikkei without the events, you only get 110 pull every 2 weeks. Actually, like yeah, don't count the SP arena because SP arena didn't count on launch. That's how games have always been, though. Like if you just look at the if you just look at the raw daily currencies, pulls always shit. You always haven't, you just have enough for more pulls for every other game because of events, like new, because like when there's a new area, there's like more like things you pick up, right? It's always like those things, and then there's like some freebies, events like that they give out, like currency, like all of these just kind of get all fumbled up that like you don't really know how much really your actual earnings is. I'm sorry, but stop asking for freebies on a gacha game. It's meant to make you starve. And it's meant to make you spend so that you pull for the characters. Asking for a gacha game to be generous is asking that instead of eating horseshit, you eat dog shit. They're both shit. Other than gonna make money, I mean, like the thing is, like you can always make the argument, oh, how do you get more money? Like do cosmetics, like. But okay, but think about it, right? Do It Night Abyss actually had done something. Yeah, if we go look at the gacha revenue, right? Do It Night Abyss, considering how much like everybody's praising it, right? Oh my god, it's so good. It's not earning the level. Where's Do It Night Abyss? Huh? What? Did they not add Do It Night Abyss? Oh, because it's not gacha. Dude, it's still gacha. Fucking. Oh. Someone, someone put out the gacha for Do It Night Abyss. These motherfuckers, it's still gacha. If it's not gacha, fucking remove like what? Freaking Pokemon Pocket TCG at that point. I think someone put out that. Hold up. Where was it? Okay, maybe it's on here. What are my App Magic? Let's see. So take a look at this, right? You see, the One Night Abyss, not gacha, and because of that, I only did 2. The lifetime, the 30-day is actually even worse. I'm looking at 1 mil. All right, this is what happens when you don't. But when it's not a freaking gacha. Is it gonna survive? It should. I think it'll do. I think it'll do fine. But you just compare it, right, to any other gacha. Even Stella Sora, which everybody else is saying shit game or shit gacha, right, is earning more than Do It Night Abyss on mobile, right? I'm sorry to tell you, but like, yeah, you can just go cosmetics as much as you want, but check on App Magic. Last 30 days, 2 mil. Last 30 days, 1 mil. Lifetime of Stella Sora 5. Lifetime of Do It Night Abyss 2. Didn't they release like roughly the same? Actually, which one came out first? It was the same month. 2 weeks. Okay. But November should be the first month that they have like full month, right? But yeah, November should have been like the full month for both of them, right? Yeah. Yeah. So even then, the last 30 days. And so yeah, they can have a grandstand of like, yeah, we're not gonna do gotcha. Realistically, that's not what people are gonna pay for. Yeah, sure. Like, you know, you got no gotcha, but I'm sorry, but like, people are gonna be wailing for the ones that would make money, or the ones that they would think. And here's the thing, it's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point, to a certain degree. Some of the people that says like, or that sees like the game is not doing well because it's not earning as much, or maybe no one's streaming it or whatever it is, those is kind of gonna affect how people perceive the game, and they just stop playing the game also. It's because like, oh no, why would I spend on this game when you know, it's gonna EOS eventually. And that's a thing. So as much as like you can start complaining that like, yeah, the gacha is scummy, that's not what makes money. People are used to just like spending $200 just to get the character. Actually, $400. The average is actually between $200 to $400. Like if we're talking about starting from pity. People who complains won't spend much anyway. What's the point satisfying these people? And yeah, that's exactly it. Because again, like I said, it's like just put out a good game. That's really the solution to it. That's really it. How are the Where Winds Meet earnings? I don't. This one is more PC centric. But holy shit, even the mobile doing. Oh wait, no, that's just the China one. This is just China. Wait, do we have the data for? Yeah, no, it doesn't. No. I thought so when Werewolves Meet release, is it only on PC on global? Did they not have Ian? Yeah, it's on Steam, but then no got. Is there no mobile for Werewolves Meet? Oh, there's global. Why don't we have data on that then? If it's also mobile. Weird. Oh, it's not on global? Oh, well, that would explain it. Does Steam have earnings? No, it doesn't. No, there's a Steam DB, but it's more like player charts than anything. It doesn't have like the earning. It can predict the sales, like how many sales it's done. But the thing is, like, this game is free to play, so it cannot. Top 3 in Steam sales. Yeah, I don't know how Steam sales work. Jesus, 26 million online. Crazy. Insane. Most people keep Steam perma on. I mean, I do. Is there permitted to dominate the revenue PvP? I don't think it's gonna dominate it. I don't think Azure Premilia is as mainstream as what we think, mainly because like by the time Azure Premilia comes out, people are gonna be tired of open world RPGs. Yeah, by the time Azure Premilia comes out, there's been many open world RPGs already. That people were actually like, oh great, another one. Wow. So, and actually the funny thing is like, you know, the funny thing, I actually think Ananta is gonna be more popular than GTA. If it releases before GTA 6. If it can actually deliver that quality. That's a hot take. If Anata has every feature that GTA has, it will be better. Because right now, okay, you're looking at it kind of like on how Genshin was when Breath of the Wild is coming out. So I guess like I guess what I would say is like it's gonna be mainstream. And the worst part is like, you know how there's like a lot of like random controversies happening on GTA 6 development right now? Like it fired like some people because they're leaking some shit. I don't know. It seems like that they're having like some development hell right now that I actually think that there's a pretty good chance that GTA 6 won't deliver. Okay, shut the fuck up. Okay, it's not gonna be better. Sure, okay, it's not gonna be more popular. Fine, whatever. But it'll be more well received. There is a pretty good chance because of how hyped GTA 6 is that it's gonna fall short to the expectation that people are gonna start comparing like Ananta and GTA 6 if it's somehow Ananta ends up being better. There's gonna be a saying, it took them this long to develop it, this is the result. It won't deliver, but people will buy it even if it's the worst game ever created. Oh yeah, that's Pokemon. People buy that shit. People still buy Pokemon even if it's so bad. Blueprint. What people need on Blueprint is an actual blueprint of the whole base, not just like one singular function thing. They need a blueprint of the whole base, and that's it. Yeah. Well, yeah, you still need to connect how the blueprints are. It depends on the limitation of the blueprints. But yeah, the blueprints right now in Enfield is kind of a little bit basic. Just watch a video of someone doing it. Do you think people have a vid? Oh god, you think they would have a patience for that? If they can't even understand, I don't think anybody would. Oh god. Oh yeah, Kilson's definitely gonna go ham on Enfield for sure. Anyways, chat. Getting kind of late now.
I'm gonna get ready for work. By get ready for work, I'm gonna be working right now, like late night hours, because I have some work to catch up. I'll make sure to go ahead and go watch that video. Alright, boys. I'm gonna go bench now. GG's. We're chilling. Be nice with y'all. Yeah, tomorrow. Hopefully they do something about this shit. The internet, cause like. Yeah, otherwise, like, we're not gonna be able to go live. Well, actually, I guess we should be able to go live before, or just right before the maintenance ends. Because it's a 7-hour maintenance, right? 7-8 hour maintenance. And if it starts from 6 p.m., it will be off-peak hours by then. So I actually think that, yeah, I guess, like, so... If they don't they don't do anything about the throttling, then I guess we'll be fine. Alright, boys, thank you for chilling. It's been nice with y'all. GG's. Mobile data, no, it's not. My mobile data can't even handle that shit. Anyways, go ahead and give that video some numbers, comments. Go comment there, likes, and give some watch time hours on that one. Alright, boys, anyways, thank you for chilling. GG's. I shall see you guys next time.